So I didn't record because when you switch over hosts at the last minute, then something happens. I don't know, but anyway, let us now know. We confirm that the recording is on, and let us all begin the three mantra. You say, yes? Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Vamos a comenzar con el trimantra. ¿Quién quiere cantarlo?
Yes, yes. So here we go. Who is going to do the three mantra?
¿Quién va a hacer el trimantra?
Gaby canta.
Gaby is going to.
Thank you, Gabi.
Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Sitanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Sabasahunam, Eso Pancha Namo Karo, Savapavanashano, Mangalanam cha Salvesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachitanand. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Sitanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Sabasahunam, Eso Pancha Namo Karo, Savapavanashano, Mangalanam cha Salvesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachitanand. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Sitanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Sabasahunam, Eso Pancha Namo Karo, Savapavanashano, Mangalanam cha Salvesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachitanand. Jai Sachitanand. Jai Sachitanand. Jai Sachitanand.
Jai
Jai
Sachid.
Sachitananda.
Jai Sachidanand, my dear Gabi. That's so wonderfully rendered with a lot of love. This three mantra. It has the fundamental effect of aligning the mismatching frequencies that are generated from the mind, in the body, and verbal speech effects, you see. All those disturbances that are going on, somehow by the time you finish the three mantra, most of them have been cancelled, and the ones that are not cancelled, you still are aware of them, you see. There is the physical weight. Sorry, go on.
Divino el trimantra como lo cantaste y la entrega que tuviste, Gaby. Y dice que el efecto del trimantra es alinear la mente, el cuerpo y las palabras, el efecto de las palabras, ¿no? Y es como que cancela todo eso. Y si no lo cancela, después de terminar de cantar, estás pudiendo tener conciencia de lo que está pasando allí en la cabeza o en tu cuerpo.
Yes, you see, there is not only the awareness of the physical weight, this weight of the body, then there is the mental weight, the weight in the mind, and weight of the mind. And then, because what the mind shows, it's a weight, you see, and weight. And then the third one is the modification of both of these is called the emotional weight, you see. And human beings struggle with these three weights, you see, pulling you down, whereas your own energies, when they get aligned, or when they come to baseline, you see, they all settle down, then there is the opening that is available for the reception of the magnificent energies of the self, you see, seen in a different light altogether.
Yes. Dice, no solamente es aquí está el cuerpo, sino también se ve lo que muestra la mente, ¿no? Y esta modificación, y esto modifica también la parte emocional. Si no, estamos como siendo empujados para abajo por la mente y por las emociones. Y esto te abre para que se puedan recepcionar las maravillosas energías del ser.
Yes, you see, so, and as I see our dear Christian on his exercise walking, I think he's walking. he's,
Y lo ve a
he's
Cristian haciendo su caminata,
take
ejercicio.
taking a walk in the beautiful surroundings of Chile, you see, right? Yes, wherever he is walking. You see this awareness, this magnificent awareness is associated with the rhythmic activity of the legs, the mind, the body, you see. The body alone cannot walk. It is the entire system that has to participate in the walking process, except you, the I, the Rainesili, the Amapura, you see. I was continuously watching this, seeing this, you see.
Y bueno, al verlo caminar a Cristian por los alrededores de Chile o por donde sea que esté, y que lo está haciendo en conciencia de sus piernas, de su mente y de su cuerpo, y que todo lo que está haciendo el cuerpo y que él está en conciencia de eso.
Yeah. So the 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 doer, the one who is charged with the activity process, activity of the mind, activity of the body, activity of the speech, action, activity of the body, uh, eh, is is only can only be facilitated when you get to see this. Is in other words, you let him be, or let the doer do his thing. You see, the sense that it needs to be this way or that way is the problem. You see, just It just happens. So it is just all happening. You see, with this satsang is going on, Christian is taking a walk, Damian is here getting ready for the satsang and his role in it, but it's all happening. It is all happening.
Bien.
Mhm.
El hacedor es el que carga con la actividad, ¿no? La actividad de la mente, del cuerpo, del habla. Es esto, y poder ver esto se facilita cuando lo puedes ver. Y solo dejas que suceda, que lo haga, sin decir cómo lo tiene que hacer. Es solo sucede, ¿no? Cristian, por ejemplo, está caminando, Damián está en su lugar listo para el satsang y solo viendo qué es lo que sucede,
Yeah.
dejando que suceda.
Yes. I'll just share, in the beginning of our satsang, and then we go to our regular series of satsang, because it's been more than a month when we attended to the satsangs of the Gnata Drashta. So today only I'll give you this sutra that comes in the eye, in front of the eyes. One sutra, okay? From the new book of sutras. And this sutra is 5606, okay? And the Dadashri is essentially saying કે ભગવાને first કઈ દયા રાખવાની કઈ છે? તારા આત્માની ભાવ દયા રાખ. See? The Lord, what has he said with reference to kindness? Kindness, or when you have the feelings of kindness, you are nice to the other human being, you're gentle to the human being, you're mindful of the other human being. So now Dadashri says in this Sapta Sutra that the Lord, what has he said as the first order of kindness, the first beginning of kindness, and his answer is, be kind to your soul. Be kind to your soul, now first, and so through your intent. So from your view, be kind to yourself. It's another way of saying it is, be kind to yourself, you see. Be kind to yourself. First order of kindness is towards your own self, and then begins the kindness outside, you see.
Ujú.
Mm.
Bueno, hoy vamos a ver el Sutra 5606,
Mm.
donde dice que el Lord dijo que seamos amables, ¿no? Amables, amorosos, gentiles, ¿no? Que seamos así, ¿no? Y con quién primero debemos de ser así, y es con nuestro ser. Y desde nuestro ser, esta gentileza, esta amabilidad, entonces con nuestra intención se la damos a los demás.
Your soul, kindness, soul, in essentially means the small SCLF here. But people who move out in this world, they kind of live this world absolutely, most of the time, oblivious, unaware of their soul. You see, the soul, even if you do not know the soul, it is what is in your heart, in your being, that completely gets covered by the bombardment of the intellect with reference to everything negative that is happening around you and inside you too. So the negativity from inside and the outside kind of join hands, and it completely covers up your own awareness and your own heart, your own being, you see, your own small SELF soul, you see.
Ujú. Las personas no tienen ni idea que tienen alma, ¿no? Es la mente, la negatividad de la mente, la negatividad que hay alrededor y que también está dentro, ¿no? Y todo eso cubre la conciencia del alma.
Mhm.
Y acá alma lo escribe con minúscula.
Yes, uh, this is called this is called bhav. You know, all of your view, intent, bhav, intent, daya. Daya means kindness. Okay, so in other words, kindness. So if you're in, this is all given in details in Aptavani 4, you see. But this bhavdaya, the intent and the energies of the self that get suppressed in this violent world, external and internal violent world, this you have to be aware of your own kindness towards your own self. Be kind to yourself. Be kind. And the other word is love. Love thyself. You see, so you know, do not. That's a sacred space. No matter what happens to you, where you move about, who bombard you, be in this awareness of only yourself. Not, you will not know the Amapura, but your awareness about yourself, you see. And that is called Bhav Daya. You see, Bhav Daya. And so, Bhav Daya, I have written it in the chat, Bhav Daya versus Bhav Maran. You see, so this is death of Bhav, death of Bhav, death of Bhav, death of Bhav. So really, now, so opposite of Bhav, Bhavdaya, when you have, so Bhavdaya means, everything, your real existence, your real life begins when you become sensitive to yourself first. The sensitivity of your own self is not, shaking you up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
Mm.
yes. Acá el llamado de Bau Intent, ¿no? Que es la amabilidad. De esto se habla en el Dadavani 4. Este Bab y las energías del ser de este mundo violento, ¿no? Entonces es ser amable con tu ser, es estar conectado con el amor.
Yeah.
Y estás consciente de tu ser. Lo real, lo primero es tu ser.
Yeah. This, you see, Bhav Maran, I say the death of the view. Death of the view. It's death of the view from the heart. Bhav Maran. Death. Death is it, not a physical death, but every time you get involved in negativities of this world, or get affected by the negatives of this world, you are by that much dead to your own heart. You see, now I hope I'm conveying what I'm trying to convey to you all, Hmm?
Ujú.
Hmm.
El Bab Maran
Hmm.
es la muerte de la visión desde el corazón.
Hmm.
Entonces, cuando las negatividades te invaden, es la muerte de tu ser, de tu corazón.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, you see, so in fact, Bhav Maran is happening. In other words, people are dying by the second. This is the view of the Gnanis. Human beings are dying by the second. What are they dying? It's not a physical death, but it is, having attained this magnificent, glorious human body, you see. Having attained this magnificent human body, you are going back again into more bodies with no guarantee that that you will attain this glorious human body again. You see, now this is a sentence being addressed to the humanity of the world, the people of the world by the Gnani. See?
Ujú. Dice que esta muerte de la visión desde el corazón es como que producen muertes que están sucediendo por segundos, ¿no? Y esto, habiendo obtenido este magnífico cuerpo, ¿por qué seguir creando otros?
Yeah, in other words, this is like, you're living, but you got no heart. Don't we all human beings say this man is heartless. He has no heart. He's not a human being. He's an animal in human form, you see, heartless, And then there is this awakening to the real meaning of kindness. Kindness is not to the other human being. The first kindness comes as kindness to your own self. Be kind to yourself. Don't treat yourself so harshly, that you have become almost stone-hearted, Stone-hearted.
Yes. Em, Hay seres humanos que no tienen corazón, ¿no? Y es como que son animales sin corazón, pero pero despertando al real significado de tu propia verdad del ser. Entonces, tu corazón es te conectas con tu corazón. Si no puedes encontrar esta realidad, tu corazón se vuelve una piedra.
Yes, even the stone-hearted human being, upon meeting Dada or a Gnani, Gnani, melts, completely gets, transforms, you see, into the one with the heart, but more importantly, directly bypassing all of this stone heart or soft heart, states. Sometimes you're stone-hearted, and sometimes you're just so soft and melting away. These are all relative states. You see, these are not states of the self that you and I know. You see, as capital self. You see.
Ujú. Dice que despertando al real significado de tu verdadero ser, ¿no? Este corazón de piedra, al encontrar a Dada se derrite y se vuelve sano, atravesando todas las piedras, ¿no? Y cuando decimos derretido, estamos hablando desde lo relativo.
Yeah. So before let me see here. I'm going to chat here. I don't know whether I have. Oops. Oh.
Maybe page 84.
Yes, that's what I want.
It's left.
Where did it go? Yes. You have Gnan Swaroop. You have not finished this heading, right? Let me just go there. To continue prevailing in, yeah, this is the one. You see, this is very, okay. All right, to continue prevailing in the present is itself keval gnan. All right, can you see it, dear?
Reading Spanish, I see, yes, it's Kevalnan, there is nothing else beside this. There is no applied awareness. That's what I'm seeing. Kevalnan, there is nothing else besides. Is there?
You don't see this whole thing that I'm sharing?
No, I'm telling what I am seeing. Dadashri said now. Dadashri said, yes, it is Kevalnan. There is
Yeah, right,
no.
yeah. Can you see this now above it? Can you see the heading?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's begin. Yeah, let's begin from there. Okay, this is page 83. We have covered a little bit of this, looks like, but I know my notes say that we have finished. We have not covered it exactly. You see, we covered what we covered last time was this one. Just read this. Okay.
Es así que aquel que permanece constantemente como el que conoce y el que ve es un Gnani. Pero a medida que uno prevalece en ese estado por una fracción de tiempo, comienza a aumentar gradualmente, fracción por fracción. A medida que esos... ay, sorry. A medida que esos karmas pasados se despejan, eso aumenta. Por lo tanto, no hay interferencia en eso. Este es el camino, esta es la autopista. A medida que los archivos comienzan a disminuir, la proporción de la función de uno, como el que conoce y el que ve, sigue aumentando y aumenta hasta que uno eventualmente obtiene el que Valnan.
Okay.
Eso no sucede de repente.
All right. Now, do
I read this?
I think we have finished this thing. To continue prevailing in itself is keval gnan. We have finished this. Let's go to, because I think we have done it now. Well, let's go to the next one, 84. You see, this is, you remember, this was more than a month ago, but it is a,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because last satsang were all questions.
Oh yeah, but no, the one before
Page
that,
84.
okay. The one,
Page 84, then the 1st of July, I
yes,
didn't write
okay.
nothing.
Yeah, so this is what we had. It
Yeah,
is
page 84, yes, because today is 8, so it was...
May 27th, okay? I'm just going to quickly give this to you all so you will have it. May 27 was the last time we were taking this, and I will put it here so you
May
will.
27, yes, Shuddha, May
Yeah,
27.
it's okay. So this was the heading. To continue prevailing in the present is itself keval gnan. Okay.
Now page 84.
Yes. Now page 84. Okay. So we finished this, and now page 84. Yes. Okay. They said let's go back to exactness because we don't want to repeat it. I know it's the same, but let me just. Now we go to page 84, okay? Thank you for, because it's been...
Ayuda,
Uh-huh.
sorry, ese texto, Pati, que acaba de pasar, la primero que leíste, ¿a qué texto corresponde?
A un sutra, es un sutra, el sutra 5606.
¿Y ese nosotros lo tenemos?
What's that?
Do we have it, that
El,
sutra?
el texto,
No, English text is not available. This is from the new book.
No, no está disponible porque es de un libro nuevo, no está traducido todavía.
Yeah, this is not available, my dear. So, yet, it will be, it's everybody's number of people are working to get it for you.
Ya va a estar
No.
disponible. Por ahora no.
Uh-huh. No. No. The knower seer. Okay, this is this is a new one today. It's page 86. Am I jumping too much? Because it's yours.
Maybe two pages, 24, Shuddha. We end 24, or we were there.
24.
Page, yes, I write down page 84.
84. So let me
Yes.
go down. All right. Okay, if you say 84.
I swear, I written down. Do you want to see it?
All right, that's okay. So then let's just go. Nothing is so 84. Now we're coming to 83. So where shall we? Because then it goes into this heading here, which is to continue prevailing in the present, you see. All right. So shall we go
Yes.
there? All right.
Yes. Seguir
Okay.
prevaleciendo en el presente es en sí mismo Kevalgnan.
Okay, right. Okay, I saw it. Well, we did the first 3 paragraphs, but doesn't matter. Last time, I see it here now. Okay, to continue prevailing in the present is itself Keval Gnan, absolute knowledge.
Seguir prevaleciendo en el presente es en sí mismo Kevalgnan.
Okay, questioner. Now, for us Mahatmas, to continue prevailing in the present is itself Keval Gnan, isn't it?
Interlocutor, ahora para nosotros los Mahatmas, continuar prevaleciendo en el presente es en sí mismo Kevalgnan.
And
¿No es así?
Dadashri says, yes, it is. It is Keval Gnan. There is nothing else besides this. There is nothing else besides this. There is no applied awareness. So the upyog is on the past, and there is no applied awareness on the future. There is applied awareness. The awareness of the self is applied on the present only, you see.
Dadashri dice, sí, el Kevalgnan. No hay nada más aparte de eso. No hay conciencia aplicada, upayog, en el pasado y no hay conciencia aplicada en el futuro. Solo hay conciencia aplicada en el presente.
Now, you have been given such an Akram Vignan that you forget the past. The future has been handed over to Vyavasthit. So what remains now? The present, the Keval Gnan, Swaroop arises. Present, sorry, I made So what remains now? The present. Keval Gnan Swaroop arises. That is the Gnan that we have given you.
Tú has recibido el Akram Vignan, el Akram Gnan, que olvidas el pasado. El futuro ha sido entregado a Yavastit. ¿Qué queda ahora? El presente que Gnan Swarup surge. Este es el Gnan de nosotros que te hemos dado.
The past is not something that you can forget. And this is the last paragraph this is the paragraph that we read the last time. The past is not something that you can forget, but you should see and know the past. You see, this you should be the small one. Why? You see, the past is not something that you can forget, but you should see and know the past. When you see and know whatever comes to memory, that is the same as forgetting it. This is so beautiful. When you see and know what is coming to memory, that is the same as forgetting it. As you continue, quote unquote, doing this, once it is forgotten, then you will not have to make any effort for it You see, you won't have to make any effort to forget it. You see, it will be natural. Until then, the Purush, you, has to do Purusharth and Parakram, which is the extraordinary spiritual effort to progress as the self.
Dice, el pasado no es algo que tú puedas olvidar, sino que tú debes ver y conocer el pasado. Cuando tú ves y conoces lo que viene a la memoria, eso es lo mismo que olvidarlo. A medida que tú continúes haciendo esto, una vez que sea olvidado, entonces tú no tendrás que hacer ningún esfuerzo por ello. Será natural. Hasta entonces, el Purush tiene que hacer Purusharth y Parakram, esfuerzo espiritual extraordinario para progresar como el ser.
And this, I told you last time, this paragraph is from the final book of the final Aptavani. So the final Aptavani is Aptavani 14, and the final volume of the Aptavani is, there are 5 volumes. This is the final book, final volume of the final Aptavani. 14 volume 5, you see, volume 5. So this is it. This is now what remains for all of us, you see. The only way to deal with the past is, to approach our past, your past, my past, you see, is to see and know it. That's it. See and know it. And therefore it goes away. See? The reason it keeps coming back to us is because we still haven't seen it in exactness. You see, we are seeing it through the eyes of the intellect, through the eyes of Cecilia and Damian. You understand? You have to see it with your eyes. You see, you have to see, and I have to see it with our eyes. Okay.
Bueno, este párrafo pertenece al volumen 5 del último Aptavani 14. Acá lo que dice que la única forma de lidiar con el pasado es conocer y ver. Entonces, cuando se ve y se conoce, se va. Y cuando sigue volviendo es porque no lo vimos con exactitud, lo estamos viendo con los ojos, con los ojos físicos, y hay que verlo con los ojos del ser, hay que verlo desde el ser.
You see? So in
Shuddha,
yes.
Shuddha, why it goes away when you see the past? Why is
Because
that?
it's because there is no one left to remain attached to it. You see? In other words, you take an example of Damian. Damian, the past comes to him. The past is really memory. You see, memory. It's there in the memory, and it was kind of printed in the memory because of attachment, because of the intensity of either I like it, I love it, or I don't like it, I don't like it. So with the intention, it has gotten printed, and there is a light print versus a very heavy print. And sometimes it is embossed. Embossment means, you heavy metal stamp that kind of totally changes the paper, and it affects the paper below it, and it affects, it's carved in 3 dimensions, you see. And so these are all intensities of attachment, aversion, reactions of the past. The past comes to you, Damian, because of this attachment, aversion that was there. If there was no attachment and no aversions, it goes, you see. So it comes because it's still not cleared. It comes to you because it needs clearance. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Bueno, acá Damián le pregunta por qué esto sigue volviendo, ¿no? ¿Está bien así, Damián, la pregunta?
No. ¿Por qué cuando vemos el
Ah,
pasado
se
se
va,
va?
se va. Gracias, perdón. Bueno, entonces dice Shuddha que esto sucede, por ejemplo, ¿no? Damián vuelve, rememora, y eso se imprime, y se imprime o por apego o por aversión. Entonces puede ser una impresión liviana o puede ser más fuerte, como si escribimos apretando más, y también es como golpeando, como si estuviéramos trabajando, tratando de imprimir un metal o en la piedra, ¿no? Y esta impresión se transforma en tres dimensiones. Y todo esto es por apego y aversión. Entonces, eh, eso es
Yeah,
lo que sucede.
yeah. You see, this Damian, this Dadashri says the past.
Ah,
That,
sorry, I forget something important.
okay.
Este, em, Todo esto es ¿por qué se va, no? Porque es como que vamos desapegando y la aversión y el apego desaparece.
Yeah. You see that the the past is not something that you can easily. The past is not something that can be easily forgotten. This is the exact sentence. Dada doesn't use the word you there, you see. So if you want to improve even the translation in there, let me see here. It's a very subtle point, but let me see. If you want, Dada Shri says here, this is, Dada Shri essentially says that the past is not something that can be easily forgotten. You understand? It's not a question of me forgetting. You means Amapura forgetting or Damian forgetting. You understand? The past is not something that can be easily forgotten. All right? Did you get that? This is the other
Perfecto.
Shrisant here. Yeah.
La palabra de Dada es que el pasado no es fácil de olvidar.
Yes, so Dadashi says, but see and know the past, you see. And when the see and know, even Dadashi doesn't even use the words you. Dadashi says the past is not something that can be easily forgotten, but see and know the past. And the moment we see this word see and know in capitals, you know that it is the Amapura seeing and knowing, not Damian saying. So see and know the past. Now that you are the Amapura, Damian, you and I are, everybody is Amapura, we have to use our vision, you see, the vision that liberates is a vision of the Amapura. Seeing and knowing means, all seeing and knowing, CS capital knowing and seeing is automatically the vision of the separated self, the I, with the qualities of the seeing and knowing, is seeing this past that comes in the memory of Damian. You see, Damian's mind is involved in seeing the past and is kind of lingering there, you know, the mind is lingering there, you know, and there is no way to become free. This is Dada gives you the ultimate way of becoming free from all of these things that happened to you and I in the past. And that is now the past is being seen and known. We have now reached the level where we are seeing and knowing. You see, this is very beautiful. You see, and
Ujú,
mm, and one more sentence, by seeing and knowing, simply seeing and knowing is equivalent to forgetting the past. Dada himself is saying it's equivalent to forgetting the past. Yeah, impossible for human beings to forget the past. It is possible for you and I to become free from anything that is happening to the mind. You see, it's easy to see the mind and forget, but it's not easy to see that which has kind of caught on, has been imprinted in the mind. You see, in this life. You see. Hmm?
ujú.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. Em, es el que ve y conoce, es el alma pura, es el, el ver y el conocer del alma pura, no de Damián. Ahora que el alma pura puede usar la visión del alma pura, y en ese momento hay una liberación, se libera automáticamente. Y estas son las cualidades del alma pura, ¿no? Y es la mente de Damián que va al pasado. Y no hay forma de liberarse del pasado, solamente en el estado del que ve y conoce.
Mhm.
Y al ver y conocer, inmediatamente se olvida el pasado.
Mhm.
Es imposible para los que no tienen este conocimiento, no tienen que no han recibido el NAN, ¿no? Es algo de la mente que fue impreso en esta vida.
Mhm.
Shuddha,
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Yeah. Sorry.
eh, Shuddha, pero sí, es imposible eliminar el tiempo, ¿no es cierto?, del intelecto, de la mente. Pero cuando Dada dice que se olvida este pasado, en el fondo lo que está diciendo, si lo entiendo bien, es que cuando vemos con los ojos del ser, lo que sucede es que no se imprime ese apego o esa aversión que se siente producto de esta imagen del pasado que se trae al presente.
She's asking the same question that I ask. What is it to forget? What does it mean to forget? Um, to to erase. Uh, what is it? When you see with the eyes of the soul.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Cuando,
Yeah,
Cuando lo vemos con los ojos del ser, lo que sucede es que finalmente no se nos imprime, no se nos
it
carga
does
en el
not
fondo
print it in
ese
us.
apego,
We don't
aversión
charge that attachment or abhorrence
Mhm. Mhm.
de lo que estamos
Sí.
trayendo del
of
pasado al presente.
what we are bringing from the past to the present. What we are
Yes.
bringing. What
Uh,
happens?
yeah. The bringing is you're not. You see, this is an excellent question, and it requires a little bit of clarification. The to take a shovel and dig up the past, you see, and throw it in front of you, means now you have to deal with it, you see. So this is not a question of digging up the past, you see. Whatever Gabi has gone through, you dig it up. The digging is done by the intellect and the ego, you see. Intellect digs it up, you see. Intellect says, what happened there? What did happen? What really did happen? Hey, Dada says, hey, I have placed you in the glorious divine self that has got nothing to do with what is happening to Gabi. Why are you unnecessarily digging it? You see? So digging it means now that it is in front of you, then you will have to pick it up shovel by shovel and throw it away, And that is the pratikraman way. You see, pratikraman is to use a rubber, where you've written, you all the time you're using the eraser and eraser and eraser, you see. Whereas the new one is, the writing happened in the last life. It was printed in the last life. Why are you trying to erase it? You see? Why are you trying to erase it when there's such a simple method? Who are you, Evosoma Pura? What is there in front of you? Discharge. Whose discharge? Gabi's discharge. Why is it a good discharge or a bad discharge? It's a silly question. It's discharge, just discharge, you see. So you know, you understand? So this is all the games of the intellect and the ego. Ego likes to cling on to his or her pain. Ego likes to remain there, you see. And the intellect says, yeah, this is fine, this is our home, you see. But this one here, we are at the level of the Gnata Drashta, the absolute perfect, the highest Purusharth, and beyond that, the Parakram, that is a new word that's coming that we will be going into further. You see, this is like the extraordinary Purusharth, out of this world Purusharth, you see. So we are at a very different level, and this relates to Damian's question of why is it that it goes away by seeing and knowing, you see, or, why? Then the answer is you are, you are, you are in the upayog of the real, you're seeing it from the real viewpoint, and from the real viewpoint, it doesn't have any value, whatever has happened. Sorry, go on.
Lo traemos, las cosas todo lo que viene, viene del pasado, ¿no? Lo traemos del pasado. Y es como, hay que ducharse del pasado. Entonces, porque si no, ahora hay que lidiar con todo este pasado. Pero la mente y el intelecto, les gusta escarbar y preguntar por qué pasó y revolver todo eso. A lo cual Dada dice Dada dice, te puse en el glorioso estado del ser, ¿por qué escarbas? Ahora tenemos que practicar, corriendo para ir a borrar todo esto. Y todo esto fue impreso en la vida pasada, pero con solo recordar quién eres, qué es lo que está sucediendo, y es solo una descarga. Todos estos son juegos del intelecto y del ego, ¿no? Pero acá ahora estamos en Nata Drashta, que es el nivel más elevado, y hay una nueva palabra que es para Kam, que es un elevadísimo Purusharth. Y
Para
entonces,
Kram, yeah, para Kram.
para Kram,
Yeah,
para Kram, yes,
super
para
Purusharth.
Kram.
Simple.
Entonces dice,
Sorry, guys.
em,
Sorry to interrupt you. Parakram is super Purusharth, you see.
yes,
Yeah.
para Kram, super Purusharth. Entonces dice, ¿por qué se va? Es el upayog del punto de vista real.
Es
Yeah,
que,
sí.
perdón, Chuda, pero es que no me respondió mi pregunta porque yo no pregunté por qué el pasado volvía.
¿Qué preguntaste, Gaby?
Me, me-
En
me
sujeto y
tradujeron, me
predicado.
tradujeron otra cosa. Perdón, pero no pregunté eso. Pero no
¿Qué
importa,
preguntaste?
lo voy a dejar pasar porque ¿para qué nos vamos a detener? Que Chuda mejor avance.
¿Pero qué preguntaste? Decime la pregunta, la hago de vuelta.
Mi pregunta era si al ver nosotros el pasado a través de los ojos del conocedor, ¿ya?
Her
Si lo
question,
que
she says that she was not asking that, and I'm going to repeat the question.
Okay.
And the question is, de nuevo, a ver, de nuevo, decímela.
la pregunta es, al ver el pasado a través de los ojos del conocedor,
As we see the past through the eyes of the knower,
lo que sucede ahí es que se deja de imprimir
what happens there is that you no longer print the past,
el apego o la aversión que
the
viene
attachment
del
or the
pasado.
abhorrence that comes from the past.
Yes, absolutely. Because as the seer is always separate from what is being seen. The seer, as capital seer, is always separate from whatever being seen. You're in front of beautiful flowers. You are separate from the flowers, You see it, you see. You see them as the middle one will say, how beautiful the flowers, but you continue to see that this is flowers, that flowers have come in front of you, you see. So, uh, I am separate from this that is happening in front of me in my hand, you see. I'm separate from the process of whatever is happening to this water, you see, I'm separate from it. I can see it, you see. Um, the seer is always separate. Just as I'm separate from this that is in front of me, in the same way I'm separate from this that is happening in the mind of Shuddha, you see. Whatever is happening in the mind, I'm separate from it. Just seeing is the separation, you see. And it is not, one slight correction, it is not seeing through the vision of the self. You should say seeing through my vision, eoso amapura. So when I see it through my vision, when I see it from my vision and my knowledge, you see, my experience related vision. So amapura, this is my vision, then there it is. And it has zero influence on you or your feelings. It completely disconnects, you see. And Dadashri says essentially is by doing this, it will be forgotten, you see. You don't have to make the effort of forgetting it with pratikraman. Pratikraman, you see. Just seeing. No matter how horrible it may be, you see. This is the ultimate. At this level, Dadashri says there is no pratikramans, you see. You know, for most Mahatmas, they're still hung up in terms of all the attachment reactions and the aversion reactions, feelings, you see. Lepaiman bhav, you see. Lepaiman bhav, you see. The golden spoon is gold, yes, it's all gold, but it's been dipped in melting chocolate, hot chocolate, you see. Thick syrupy chocolate. You take it out and after a while, this chocolate is stuck on this one, you see. This is what happened to us in last life. Chocolate of pleasure and the bitter stuff of pain, you see. It can only be shaken out and released in the Gnan Vidhi and the satsangs that follow the Gnan Vidhi. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Ver, ver con mayúsculas siempre te separa de lo que ves. Ves una flor, la flor está frente a ti, estás separado. El del medio puede decir qué linda flor, pero vos, la flor está enfrente. Eso te separa. Y también ves lo que trae tu mente, ¿no? Y esa es la separación.
Nada.
Entonces, para nosotros decimos, es ver desde mi visión, desde mi conocimiento, desde el ser. Y ahí está la desconexión. Haciendo esto se olvida. Y esto es lo más elevado para separarte del apego y de la aversión. Es como esta cuchara de chocolate de oro que mostró Shuddha. Dice, si la pone dentro de chocolate derretido, el chocolate se va a pegar a la cuchara. Entonces, ¿qué hay que hacer? Hay que sacudirlo con el Nanvidi y con los satsang para que vuelva a estar impecable. I have a question, Shuddha. In some way, I have attachment with persons of my past that they are not here. My father, they come to my mind. I'm not thinking on them all the time, and I feel some kind of guilt because I'm not thinking on them very often now.
Yes.
Le digo ayuda que a veces me genera culpa no tener tan presente las personas que ya no están en este plano, ¿no? Que fueron personas muy importantes y que he tenido mucho amor por ellos, que de hecho todavía lo sigo teniendo. Y me siento culpable por no estar pensando en ellos todo el tiempo y a veces, in these old days, I was uh, throwing photos away, and you know,
Yeah,
y he tirado fotos últimamente y de personas que quiero, que he querido mucho en mi vida.
yeah. You see, this external reminders, physical photographs or albums or what we have stored in our computer of the images that we feel like storing, these are all there, but the internal reminder is the critical part. The internal one
Ujú,
seems to carry these impressions, you see. The internal one is still low, having this lepaiman bhav, you see. It is this feelings of, oh, I like to have this, I still want to keep this in within me. And when, that is to be seen. Shuddha likes to, keep photographs of people that have come in his previous life, but not all people, some. And then there are others that, he's got tons and tons of photographs of the Gnani and other enlightened human beings of this world, you see, because they are a reminder of something much more than Shuddha, you see. You know, something, their words and their simple words are really kind of put you in another dimension, you see. Shuddha, Shuddha likes to read literature that is others beyond of Dadas, which is beautiful, but this is all part of the same movement. All of us have a middle one that has become now enlightened. That is the Gnani Bhavo, you see. Then the middle
ujú,
one, while keeping some of this other stuff that he or she likes, is really moving away, you see, as you described, has moved away significantly, you see. So the other Sri says, see what comes into memory. It's the memory that brings those images and those people in front of you. And then you recognize that with reference to this particular photograph, there is a little bit of attachment, mother, father, son, you see, etc. Good teacher, etc. That's perfectly okay. The other doesn't really bother much with that part of it, the attachment part of it. He wants you to attack, completely become free from people that you have hated, people that you didn't like, events that you didn't like, you need to, you tear off those photographs, but physical tearing of those photographs is not going to wipe off the memory.
No.
Yeah, so really the internal one, you know, initially kind of gets rubbed off with pratikraman. Dada has given us the whole science of pratikraman. And then comes a stage where now the agnas are applied, and after the agnas become natural for you, then the seeing and the knowing comes where no, it's all flawless. You are in the universe and the universe is in you. You are one with the universe. All the energies of the universe are part of you only, you see. Ultimate
Ujú.
state. Mm.
Bueno, thank you. Eh, estos son recuerdos y son imágenes, que son internas, ¿no? Y es Le Paiman, ¿no? Y por ahí tenemos, me desecho de fotos de personas que fueron importantes en mi vida, y ahora por ahí tengo todas las fotos de Dada y de Niruma, este, y a la vista, ¿no? Pero son fotos de seres iluminados, fotos de personas, que nos ponen en otro nivel. Pero bueno, lo que viene a la memoria y los recuerdos, los que son lindos, no hay mucho problema con eso, pero bueno, lo importante son los que producen aversión. Todo eso hay que ir limpiándolas, aplicar los sagnas. Entonces el conocedor natural, no, los vamos a ver a todos como libres de faltas. Entonces las energías van del universo van a estar disponibles para nosotros. Thank you,
Yeah,
Shuddha.
yeah, right. There was, like for instance, there was a question of does this mean you clean it? Clean it, clean and dirty are relative views, you see. This is clean and dirty is for the ego of Gabi or Damian. Damian thinks still dirty, still not clean, still not clean. Well, it never gets cleaned, it never gets cleaned. The only way to the cleaning part, oh, the cleaning part is done by scientific circumstantial evidences. You say the scientific circumstantial evidences come together, and somehow that which appeared to be dirty to you you start seeing it from the elemental level. You see, I used to call it dirty, but it is really dust particles plus maybe a little bit of oil plus maybe some food stains. That all of this combination is making it look dirty.
What happens? What happens to that is that we don't have a special word in Spanish like settled or cleared. So that's why we use to clean, because it's a similar translation we have.
Well, what do you use for Agna 4? What is it that you use for the heading of Agna 4?
To resolve or clean.
Clean.
Or close.
Close. What?
Despejar. ¿Cómo se dice despejar en inglés?
En las ecuaciones, pregúntale por las ecuaciones, para despejar, para resolver una ecuación.
When you solve a mathematical equation,
Dividir.
to divide or to resolve an equation, but we don't have an exact word that can give us the exact translation of that idea.
Okay, so now this is very important that this is arising, because it's over the years, Shuddha has really spent a lot of time in this particular translation. Agna 4, Dada says, and the word is allow the files, settle the files with equanimity. You see, now settle the file with equanimity. You see,
settle is something attached to negotiate.
No, if you
initiate and you settle, you agree with the other party in something in between. That's settle for us.
Settle essentially is every effort is made to say settle the dispute. Settle, okay, with an object. You see, settle down, complete. In other words, accept and agree to something that one considers to be less than satisfactory. In other words, that is settle for. All right. Okay. So settle means settle is the problem I see. The problem is because it would be easy if this was a relative matter. You see, yes, it is. These conflicts are all relative. You see. And there is a relative conflict because there is a difference in the point of view of this one versus this one. You see? So now the settle. To settle means you're right. It is a negotiation with not understanding, but negotiation with equanimity. You see, so this is where the Amapura comes in, the vision of the self comes in, you see. Settle a file with equanimity, because except for the Mahatmas and the enlightened ones, there is no equanimity. You cannot be perfectly balanced, you see. You're either in this or you're impossible. So settle with equanimity is, you see, resolve the file with equanimity is okay, resolve, but resolution has been, but resolution temporarily leaves a dissatisfaction in the mind of one or the other person, you see. Nobody
It's
walks.
not like negotiating with Suleiman that comes
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Negotiation with Suleiman essentially means make the other person happy. That's all. Now, why do you want to make him happy? Because he has walked all day in the hot sun in different homes. He's just a servant. He gets a salary, and his boss really kind of gives him a hard time if he didn't collect the money, you see. So he's already upset. Now, if somebody who is already upset inside, you know, if your interaction can calm him down, it's not as negotiating with what he's saying or what he's doing. It's negotiating with his inner one who is angry and upset. That is an internal negotiation, you see. So that's why you say, hello, oh, Suleiman, please, please, please have a seat. Would you like a cup of tea? And in India, ordering a cup of tea is very, very like honoring, it's honoring him, making him sit on your living room seats, you see. He's just a collector, but please have a seat. Would you like a glass of water? You've been walking, how are you? Like tea, order, make, they get an order for the tea. Now, 50% of his being upset is over, you see. Is, in other words, this is, this is Dada kind of moving from, Dada saying that this entire world exists because you haven't negotiated, you haven't settled. You have, uh, settle is the opposite of keeping it pending. It remains to be faced. It's not, the file is still open. The file is still hanging around on your desk. It can be put away. Your secretary will come again and again, sir, this one needs a signature, or this one you need to call this person. I mean, you can't say, I'll do it later, all right? You have to do it, you see. So settle, but the settle with the file with equanimity. So this particular word that this chat, in my chat, I wrote settle with equanimity, you see. Uh, Settle file with equanimity. It's settle files. In fact, settle file, F-I-L-E, with equanimity is more correct, because only there is one file at a time that comes in front of you in your space of time, one file at a time. See, it's not a whole bunch of files coming in, It's one file, one file. And it's not a physical file, it's an internal file. If you are sitting in your space, if you are in your space, file comes, you are in the space, there it is in front of you. There will be perfect clarity of what is this. You'll be able to see what's going on inside that human being. Is it anger? Is it deceit? Is it greed? What is he looking for? And if he's happy after drinking a cup of tea and his facial expression changes, he is moving about in the anger of the pride generated, you know. And so settle. And is it equanimity settles? This is the magnificent
Yeah.
part of it. Equanimity itself, you being who you are, brings about the scientific circumstantial evidences inside you, inside your speech, inside the interaction. Everything's kind of, you know, starts changing. Would you like to have a little more sugar in your tea? The boss man says, like, would you like a little more sugar? He is not The boss does not, this man, this Mahatma, this human being, the enlightenment, doesn't want anything out of this guy, He just wants to help create an atmosphere of dharma dhyan, no aversion, no attachment, no disturbance. You yourself are absolutely like the rock of blissful ice, and let this coolness and this energies heal. So the healing energy starts with Agna 4, you see. Agna 4 in practice is the healing energies, you see. Sorry, go on. Mm-hmm.
Wow. ¿Dónde empezamos? Em, la pregunta era cómo traducir
Empezamos que
settle.
la traducción de settle en
Claro,
español no había una palabra exacta y que nosotros usamos
claro,
limpiar o resolver.
limpiar. Limpiar o resolver. Y después van a aceptar y acordar también en lo relativo, ¿no? Que es como una negociación. Y esto es un punto de vista desde lo relativo a la negociación. Pero la ecuanimidad es fuera del mundo de los Mahatmas, la ecuanimidad es algo imposible, porque todo tiene que ver con la satisfacción. Entonces, lo que Shuddha dice es cómo hacer feliz a la otra persona. Si está enojado, y es en tu interacción, ¿no? Para poder calmar su parte interna. Entonces, cuando aparece, le ofreces un asiento. En India, servirle el té o ofrecerle un té a alguien es honrarlo. Y ya es como que empieza a relajarse la otra persona, ¿no? Y su molestia comienza a descender. Eh, siempre que, siempre que una persona está molesta es como atenderlo, porque en realidad es un file lo que tenés ahí enfrente. Entonces, ves que lo haces sentar en un lugar, en el mejor lugar que puedas tenerlo, y puedes ver cómo su molestia empieza a cambiarle hasta la cara, ¿no? Este, sí, y si estás solo y empiezas a tener todas estas molestias, estás en tu espacio interno. Y cuando estás en tu espacio interno mirando, puedes ver qué es esto, es enojo, es codicia, es engaño. Y si esta persona que tenés enfrente empieza a cambiar la cara, ves que también eso habla de orgullo. La
Mm-hmm.
ecuanimidad, ¿cómo se arregla? Y así seguís, ¿no? Como decir que vos sos el jefe, por ejemplo, Damián. Entonces, si tenés a la persona enfrente, le ofreces el té, que se siente, le preguntas si quiere más azúcar. Y así se va creando una atmósfera donde el apego, la aversión o la molestia empieza como a disolverse, ¿no? Como a sanarse estas energías. Y en realidad es el Agna 4.
Mm-hmm. This, you see this word samabhav, sam means equal. Bhav
Ujú,
means equal view. Now you see equal view. Bhav is not intent. I don't like the word intent except in specific instances. Bhav is the view that is based on your location. If you are at a railway station, you will see trains. You see, if you are at the airport, you see flights, etc. If you are in front of in a restaurant, your view is about food. You see, if you're in
ujú,
the bedroom, you're thinking of sleep, etc. You see, right? So bhav is low intent, location based, existence based view. So the moment you become Damian, then Damian's views are all yours. Damian wants this, he doesn't want this, he likes to do this, he doesn't like to do that. You see, all this bhav that are the residuals of what was filled in, you see, when you kept on sipping all that what you think was good in the last life. And now it's stuck. You see, now it's caked. It is now it's caked, and scientific and evidences will, your view will be there. Whatever happens, all of us have different views. When we are all together, say in the Guru Purnima hall, everybody's got their own views, but those views somehow get forgotten because of what is in front, which is the Gnani and the entire presence of the special ones of Gnani Purush Dadashri, which is our current Gnani, like that, you see. This is, the views kind of get focused, the views, external views somehow remain outside the hall, and then you're focused on within your own self, you see. And here Dadashri says, this view is much more than the bhav-related views. This view, the view of the self, is to see and know what is happening, see and know what is happening, you see, rather than what happened. And the question of what will happen is not there at all, you see.
Yes. Dice Sama Bab, ¿no? El Sama es la locación, ¿no? Y
No, some equal.
no,
Some is
Sama es de
some,
view,
yeah, equal view. Some.
es igual. Sam es la visión, y Bab es la locación. Si estás sentado en un aeropuerto, vas a estar viendo aviones; si estás en un restaurante, vas a estar viendo comida; y si estás en una estación de tren, vas a ver trenes. Y cada uno tiene su propia visión. Por ejemplo, Damián le gusta lo que come, ¿no? Y bueno, todo esto lo trae de vidas pasadas. Entonces, cada visión también va a haber evidencias y diferentes, porque cada uno tiene su propia visión. ¿Cuándo desaparece esta propia visión? En la presencia del Gnani, y de toda la gente que está cerca de él. Entonces está la visión del ser, del que ve y conoce, ¿no? Y esto sucede en lo que está sucediendo ahora en el presente. No hay ni pasado ni hay futuro. Es lo que está sucediendo ahora.
Understand. The only slight correction there. Bhav is not location. Bhav is location related view. You're in a garden, you see flowers. You're in a kitchen, you see all the cooking. You see, so
Ujú,
yes, so your location related view, and the ultimate location is I am Patricia. This is happening. This is what I see, that view. And then so Amapura, you're beyond all of this bow, with all the views, you see, and there, the other calls them in one simple sentence. Lepaiman bhavo e jardana bhavo che. These views that tend to stick on, like this chocolate we just described, they belong to the non-self. A Chetan na bhavo nathi. I am the Chetan, I am the knower, seer, you see. Tamam lepaiman bhavati sarvatha nirlep evo hu shuddhatma chu. I am the pure soul that is absolutely unaffected by all of this that tend to anoint. All of this tend to wanting to smear, you see. It cannot. This is the only
ujú.
place where nothing can stick. Everywhere else it keeps on sticking, you see. Everywhere else it keeps on sticking you see, and smearing you, affecting
Mm.
you.
Bueno, cuando hablaba de locación para el BAV, hablaba de locación relacionada sobre dónde estás, ¿no? Si estás en la cocina, si estás en el aeropuerto. Pero está el Le Paiman Vav, que es el alma pura, es el lugar donde sos inafectado y nada te puede tocar.
Yeah, this is in our Charan Vedi. So this Lepainman Bal, all of us are familiar with it, you see.
Ujú,
All of us.
ujú,
But they to recognize that this is happening to Shuddha or to Patricia
ujú,
or or uh, or to Damian uh,
ujú,
is the seeing. That is the seeing. To recognize means to really know that this is happening to Shuddha or to Damian, not and that's fine. That is liberation. That you don't have to do anything there. You see.
ujú.
Mm.
Esto es Le Paimon es 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 lo supremo, ¿no? Y lo importante es ver que lo que le está sucediendo a Ayuda, a Patricia, a Damián, y conocer esto que le sucede a Ayuda, a Patricia, a Damián, es liberación.
Mm. You see, this all that tends to anoint, smear, stick. You see, this is, in other words, I am nirlep is a fantastic word. There is something. I am the. Uh, this is the pure I that today's satsang is all about. We started with this one about Keval Gnan. You see, this is, who am I? Then I am nothing but Keval Gnan. I'm pure soul that is seeing and knowing only this. That's all. That's all I am, and that's all I am. All, and that is everything. If you can come to Keval Gnan Swaroop Chu, you see, I am the absolute self. You see, Keval Gnan. You see, then you're liberated even as this body is there, the mind is there. Despite living in this world, you're liberated, perfectly liberated, and liberated while living, just like our dearest Gnani Purush Dadashri. You see, just like him. You see, in and the glory of this is that it is happening to all of us. All of us at different by different degrees. You see, different degrees. What is happening? All we have to do is to hang on, hang on to this precise understanding and not shift from it.
Ujú. Bueno, conocer esto, saber esto, ¿no? Yo soy Nirlip, yo soy alma pura, yo soy el que conoce y el que ve. Y esto es Kevalnan Swarup Chu, y poder ver el cuerpo, las palabras, poder ver la mente. Y eso es estar en estado de liberación. Y Dada, que es el estado que Dada nos dio y que a todos en diferente grado lo tenemos, lo somos, somos.
Yeah. Move forward just a little bit. And let me just share this. Where did it go? The files disappeared. Oh, God. Ever since the AI has taken over the Zoom, it's got more other things of, the intellect has encroached a lot in this Zoom stuff, you see.
Ya bastet. Desapareció el archivo que estábamos viendo. Ya bastet.
Yeah, if you're not careful, it will start recording everything that you're saying in a note form so you can read it. Who wants to read that, you see? You don't have time to.
Desapareció el file, pero bueno, todo queda grabado y podemos leerlo luego o escucharlo luego.
All right. So I tell you, this may be a good time. That's a good time for us to take a break for about 10 minutes, huh?
Ok,
relax, kind of think about it, and then we come back and we can, do more, okay? Yeah.
vamos a tomarnos 10 minutos de recreo y nos vemos después y vemos qué pasa. Thank you,
Shuddha,
Shuddha.
Shuddha,
Thank
Bhagavan. Okay, yes. Yeah, all right, yes.
Ay, niñita.
Hola Patri, ¿cómo
Hola
andás?
Gaby, ¿cómo andás, corazón?
Bien, qué lindo
Pero-
verte. Están en recreo, ¿no?
Sí, 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 sí. Ahora en un
Bueno,
minuto más o menos arranca.
dale, me quedo por acá. Besos.
Besito, corazón.
So we are back. We'll wait for another
Please
couple.
tell me the page for the next time.
Okay, well, we'll continue yet. We still have to continue, but for the next time, this page that we are reading, all right, let me share.
Or the title, whatever.
Yeah, right. This is the same title, you see, that we just started a while ago, which is called To Continue Prevailing in the Present is Itself Keval Gnan. And this one here is page 83. You see, this is page 83, you see. All right. And page 83, top of page 83, which we have finished 83. Now we go to page 84, you see.
Okay.
And you need to read this over again. This one here, start here. Read this, please.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
put right
Okay.
there.
Yeah, we'll wait for a couple of
El
minutes.
pasado,
Uh-huh.
el pasado no es algo que tú puedas olvidar, sino que tú debes ver y conocer el pasado. Cuando tú ves y conoces lo que viene a la memoria, eso es lo mismo que olvidarlo. A medida que tú continúes haciendo esto una vez que sea olvidado, entonces tú no tendrás que hacer ningún esfuerzo por ello. Será natural. Hasta entonces el Purush tiene que hacer Purushart y para Akram, el esfuerzo espiritual extraordinario para progresar como el ser.
Mhm. Good. We continue further, okay? So,
Yes.
so all you need to do is to know and see. Improved sentence would be so there is it is all to be seen and known. Okay, see the difference? It's let's improve that sentence according to Dada's terms. Dada says, so it is all of it, so it needs to be seen and known only. It is to be seen and known only, okay?
Acá dice que todo lo que tú necesitas hacer es ver y conocer, ¿no? Invertir este know and see, to see and know, ¿no? Ver y conocer.
Yeah. See, it is so it is only to be so it is again the you comes in, but that's okay, we'll allow it. This you is the Amapura, but actually, when we say I need to see and know, again the intellect comes in. It is really happening inside, you see. And in that which is happening, we do not have any location-based identity. You see, it's simply we have gone beyond this world of Shuddha or Patricia or Damian or Cecilia. You see, we have so it is all to be seen dash known. Okay, first the seeing comes and then you know it. You see, all needs to be seen and known. So that is an improvement in this sentence. Okay.
Bueno, poder, cuando queremos saber algo, lo primero que tenemos que hacer es ver, ¿no? Ver y conocer es la visión del alma pura. Es ver y conocer en todo lo que sucede. Y cuando estamos viendo y conociendo, entonces no hay una identidad de locación.
You see, what has happened is that the one who used to say, I have to see and I have to know, I see this and I know this, the one who used to say that, oh, I have to be the witness of what is happening only, all of that has disappeared. That one is in front of you. This is now you're seeing the entire Damian, Patricia, I am seeing the entire Shuddha complex in front of me, everything. Shuddha himself becomes something to be seen and something to be known.
Eh, yo digo, bueno, yo solo tengo que ver y solo tengo que conocer, tengo que ser testigo, testigo de Shuddha, de Patricia, de Damián, de todos, ¿no? Cada uno con su file one.
Even if you try to do anything else, nothing will come out of it, come of it. The rest is just useless effort, waste of energy. This is because those old habits that are there do not let up. The old habits are part of the intellect, ego work, you see, all the wrong beliefs. Otherwise,
Entonces dice que
Mhm.
el resto, todo lo que trates de hacer, nada, nada vendrá a ti. El resto no tiene uso, no, es un esfuerzo sin uso. Y todos los hábitos que haya tienen que ver con el intelecto, con la mente.
Mhm. 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 You're hungry and you're in an area where there are many restaurants, you see, with all kinds of beautiful foods cooking. You enter one, and then the intellect will say, you see good stuff, but let me go into the other shop and check what they've got. And then from there, the intellect will say, let me go into the third shop and see what they've got, you see. You see?
Por ejemplo, tienes hambre, ¿no? Y estás en un lugar donde hay muchos restaurantes. Entonces entras a uno y empiezas a ver y dice, uy, ¿qué tendrá el otro? Y te vas al otro restaurante. Y dice, ¿y el otro qué tendrá? Y entonces te vas al tercer restaurante.
You see, this is useless effort, right? You're right there. The restaurant is clean. You look around, everybody's enjoying their food. Big, why, just you're here because you're hungry. Eat in time and be done with it. You see, so this is it. Now Dada says, I brought you to the ultimate restaurant. Ultimate
Eh,
blissful self, you see.
bueno, te entras en todos los restaurantes. Cuando en realidad cuando entras al primero, ir a todos los restaurantes es un esfuerzo inútil. Si estás entrando y ves que es un lugar limpio,
Yeah.
que la gente, que la comida es buena, que la gente está disfrutando, disfruta, quédate, ¿no? Es inútil estar haciendo tanto esfuerzo.
And
Y
yes.
Dada dice que siéntate y come, ¿no?
Yes, so the has used a special term for it, but we just translated it as useless effort and expenditure of energy of the mind and body, you see. Oh.
Mm,
Uh,
es-
why is this happening? Because those old habits those old habits, they don't not go away very easily, you see. Otherwise, your real state, not form, your real state, swaroop, is indeed what you have already attained. You and I have already attained this, our real self. There is nothing else that is worth knowing in this world. There is nothing else that is worth knowing in this world, experiencing in this world.
Ujú.
If the original self is entirely Keval Gnan Swarup, the original self, the main self, is entirely Keval Gnan Swarup, indeed, you see, and indeed. No. So by seeing like this, again, an answer to Damian's initial question today. So by seeing like this, the old habits will gradually leave. The other old habits were to kind of get stuck in the memories and, So seeing like this, the old habits will gradually leave. They will not leave suddenly, but it leaves by this practice. And just by seeing, the Gnan will become stronger. This is what you and I want. If all of us want our Gnan to become so absolutely solid and brilliant, like, ever-present light of knowledge, you see. There is no problem with the activities of the body. The problem is not with the habits of the body, but you have a habit of getting engrossed in the activities of the body. The body will continue to do what it does, you see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some people brush their teeth 3 times a day or 4 times a day, and some even forget to brush their teeth, you see. Mm-hmm. There's no problem with whatever the activities of the bodies are, but you become habit of getting involved, engrossed in the activities of the body, habit of becoming engrossed. The applied awareness or the upyog goes into this and it gets into that. Just like we talked about the upyog of this man who visits a restaurant with all kinds of hot food being served, He's hungry, but he goes into 3 other shops, you see. And then while he's eating in his restaurant of his choice, he'll be thinking, oh, I should have eaten there, or I should have eaten there. He can't enjoy the food that is in front of me, you see, in front of him.
Yeah.
The applied awareness opio goes into this and it goes into that. If the applied awareness remains free from this wandering, then that itself is the end, is the end. This is Keval Gnan Swarup, this Gnan that has been given to you. The Mahatma of Dada is Keval Gnan Swarup. All right, I'll let you read this.
Yes, thank
Mhm.
you. Por lo tanto, lo que tú necesitas hacer es saber y ver, ver y saber. Incluso si tú intentas hacer cualquier otra cosa, nada saldrá de ello. El resto es esfuerzo inútil. Y esto se debe a que esos viejos hábitos que están ahí no se desprenden. Por otra parte, tu forma real, swaroop, es de hecho lo que tú ya has obtenido. No hay nada más, no hay nada más que valga la pena conocer en este mundo. Ser, el ser original, es completamente Gnan Swarup, Keva Gnan Swarup. Por lo tanto, viendo así los viejos hábitos, se irá gradualmente y el Nan se hará más fuerte. No hay ningún problema con las actividades del cuerpo. Tú tienes el hábito de absorberte en las actividades del cuerpo. La conciencia aplicada, upayog, entra en esto y en aquello. Y si la conciencia aplicada, it's,
Sorry.
yes, please.
Mhm.
Si la conciencia aplicada permanece libre de esto, entonces es el fin. Esto es Keva Gnan Swarup. Este Gnan que te ha sido dado es Keva Gnan Swarup.
And this, my friends, is so precious, okay? This, if you're in a tourist bus Okay. And you're talking, you can't stop everywhere, just like going up a mountain is fantastic scenery, right there in front of you. You can't stop at your will, or the roads are so narrow that you can't just park there, you see. So you have to go to a place where you can see. But if you are in tourist bus, then all of you to get out, and the guy says, okay, come, 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 come. And you have just gone there, and they're calling you back in the bus, you see. You see.
Mhm.
And this, that what we are visiting, is so absolutely precious. There is no one to tell you, get in the bus, come back, come on, come back. We'll be late for lunch there. So many people, that is why, Shuddha doesn't like crowds, there's this, they kind of, it's just like moving, in a cruise ship with 2,000 people, in the cruise ship, you see. What do you're all programmed into whatever has been timed for you, you see. Um, that's, just think of this analogy here. This that Dadashri is speaking about, and I've deliberately decided to stop here, that on the beginning of page 85. You see, this is page 84. This is, the more vast the experience is, the slower the movement. You don't need to move, move from this to that to that. You see, this is what Dada is talking about, the upayog. There is nothing to distract you, take you away from that which is in front of you. And in fact, the only reality is that which is in front of all of us. You see, that is the only reality. You see, the other one is gone. Oh, and then so what human beings do is, they've taken those photographs in such a fast manner, click, 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 click. And then later on they look at those photographs and say, but what do you see? It's faces, human faces. Oh, I was here. You were here. You don't see. You've missed the whole scene. You wanted to be part of the scene, and to be part of the scene is not the way the tourists do it, you see. Quick, quick, quick. See? Be part of the scene means it's all there. Yes, maybe a few photographs of that to remind you of the place is fine. But I gotta be there and I got to be in it. Well, how can you be in this? You are part of it. You are already part of it by when you see and know it, you are part of it. You're part of this universe. This one who is moving is absorbing every precious moment of that vision. The vision is there, but the vision that is not modified by this intellect, ego, this, not this, come here, see this. See, this beautiful vision. It is unimpeded vision. It is free vision. And when this happens, Dadashri says, it is the end. It is the end. There's nothing further. You're right here. Right here.
Mm,
Right here.
Em, dice, esto es tan apreciado, ¿no? Es como ir Por ejemplo, vas de paseo y pasas por un lugar que tiene unas montañas hermosísimas, pero no podés estacionar porque el camino es muy angosto. Y si vas en un micro, te dejan bajar 5 minutos y te apuran para que vuelvas a subir. Entonces la gente saca fotos, fotos, fotos. Dice, por eso ayuda no le gustan las multitudes, ¿no? Y al estar en un crucero con 2000 personas, donde todo está programado para ti, ¿no? Entonces, piensa en esta energía. Este, cuanto más experimentas algo, y es cuando estás ahí, sin moverte. Ese upayog de lo que está frente a ti, ¿no? Y hay gente que viaja y viaja apurado y baja y saca fotos, 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 pero nunca, y dice, cuando regresa dice, uy, yo estuve aquí, pero nunca fuiste parte de la escena.
Yes,
¿Cómo
yes.
puedes ser parte de la escena si no estás, ¿no? La visión es una visión que está modificada por el intelecto. Y cuando vos estás allí y puedes ver, esa es la visión libre. Entonces ese es el fin y no hay más. Y entonces estás aquí, estás acá.
All right, Shuddhatma Bhagwan. Thank you so much, Damian and Patricia, all of you.
Too
For
much
yes,
gratitude to be here, Shuddha,
yeah, right,
and
yeah, right.
Jay
add us words
Sachidanand.
through you.
necesitas
Thank you.
ayuda,
Thank you,
necesitas
Papi.
ayuda.
Yes, Jai Sachidanand Shuddhatma
Jay
Bhagwan. Jai
Sachidanand.
Ella
Sachidanand.
Jai
chitana,
Sachita.
Yeah.